Good morning guys, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming. Today I'm back on Forza Motorsport 7 having a look at the Forzathon challenges for the second week of November. First off is Hot Wheels for hot lapping. You get a 1960s driver gear for the Hot Wheels brand. There's pull out all of the stops for the Real McCoy driver gear. And then of course there's alphabet soup for the 2016 Ferrari FXXK. So first challenge, complete 2 laps in a Rivals event in a Hot Wheels manufactured car. And for pulling out all the stops, there's complete a race in a Forza Specials division car, which is brilliant because you can actually combine the first two. Looking ahead, there's get a drift score of 7,500 in a single lap at a drift event in a B-class car. So looking at the Hot Wheels for hot lapping and the pull out all the stops, you can combine that. Simply because all Hot Wheels cars are classed as Forza Specials. So no matter which one you pick, you get both of them. So let's get into it and let's see what we can do. So we need to go out of the Forzathon screen and into the Rivals mode. Under featured events, scroll along until we find it. It's the Hot Wheels Rivals Twin Mills. I did have a Bone Shaker selected for something else, but picking the Twin Mills, which is an absolutely crazy car. It's a bit of a longer track this, you've got to do 2 laps on this. Shouldn't be too much of a worry. This is an absolutely crazy car. Pulling away. The sound of this engine is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy. It's over 1,000 horsepower. It's got the 2 engines sat up at the front there. Funnily enough, one of them does block the driver's view, so it's not so great if you're a fan of in-car view. But as per usual, you do these rival events, and the first person whose time you have to beat is a complete noob. I mean, purposely so, in fact. You saw that on that first corner, they simply just went off the track, went onto the grass and pretty much just stayed there, really. But I've got to do 2 laps. I'm hitting the wall from time to time on this, mainly because I'm a bit tired when I'm playing this. I normally like to do 2 on this anyway, simply because I like a bit of a challenge. Anyone can go around and beat the first time because it's designed so that anybody can do it. It's just your progression from there, that's where the challenge really comes in. So I'm going around, it's not doing too badly. The odd thing about this car though is you'll notice the acceleration is not fantastic. It's a powerful car, and I've done another video which I still yet to do the audio for, still yet to upload, which goes through all of the Hot Wheels cars on Forza 7. And the thing I did notice about the Twin Mills is it takes a while to wind up the power, but once you get onto a decent straight, you can absolutely hammer it. It is really quick, really quick, but a track like this probably doesn't do it justice. So I'm coming round to just over 2 minutes, cross the line. Congratulations, I've beat Tangent Rat 5141, who's probably still parked up on the grass. Next rival is Idyllic Egg 19282. I do actually like these names. You play on the Xbox, whether it's on Fortnite or whether it's on Forza or whatever games, and you see some of the names people have as gamer tags. Some of them are really funny. Some of them are really funny. But I seem a bit boring by calling myself Lost Phoenix UK. It does seem very basic name, but that's my branding, that's what I'm sticking with. As much as I like to go around and call myself Dynamic Turnip 72 or Jeff God of Biscuits, which I actually do on Fortnite, but I think I'll stick with my brand. But you do see the mad names, just the creative names that people come up with. Although I'm not sure if it still happens, but back in the day when you'd register an Xbox ID, it would just come up with some random name for you. I think I had something like something penguin or something bizarre when I first registered, so I ended up changing it. So 2 laps round here. I'll actually let you in on something on this one. I have actually 3 laps around here, and when you get close to the end you'll see why. Just there's a bit of a challenge for myself, but I've edited the 3rd lap out. Otherwise I'm driving around here for nigh on 7 minutes. I want to at least try and beat a proper rival. As you can see, I went slightly awry, bounced off the wall, hit the tyres, went a bit crazy before the finish line. So as I come up to a finish line, I crossed over, I didn't beat that time, and that sort of annoyed me a little bit. So less than a second, I mean less than a second less than what I needed to be, but I went round, had another lap, and I did beat it. But of course that's like 2 minutes on the clock, so you can see me starting it now, but what I'm going to do is just edit it out and move on to my next challenge. So I finished there. I quit the race because I've done my 3 laps as it were, but I'm only showing you 2, and I've made progress in hot lapping for Hot Wheels, or Hot Wheels for hot lapping. Yes, congratulations, you've completed Hot Wheels for hot lapping in my funky green Hot Wheels driver gear, no less. So I'll quit out of there and have a look. Next step, win a race in a Supercars Championship Division car, which, as you can see, the race where I have to complete a race in a Forza Specials car is gone. I didn't receive a pop-up about it, but it's gone. It's not on the roster anymore, so that got picked up with the Rivals event with the Hot Wheels. So I have to use a supercar class car, which unfortunately none of the Hot Wheels ones are, because I was hoping to have a bit of fun and do all of the challenges in Hot Wheels cars today, but that's not happening. Although I have got a video upcoming probably tomorrow when I go through each of the Hot Wheels cars and I give them a race around the track. But this does form part of the Hot Wheels challenges, which are available on the Forzathon screen. So I'll be doing that. I'll be going through each of the cars and just seeing what I can do, really. But I might leave it for full races just so I can get into it in a bit more detail. So back to this, the Nissan. Quite a nice car. I do like Nissans, actually, quite nice. I'm not too fond of this livery in this skin, but I might change it at some point. But having a fly around here, nice, I would say quick lap, but I've done better. But going around 1 lap, it's not bad. I don't bother editing when I've got like a minute, 2 minutes or whatever on a lap. So the Nissan Ultimate, it's now telling me I've made progress in pull out all the stops. And being a 2-step challenge, congratulations, you've completed all the stops. And you can also see I've changed my driver gear along the way. I've picked up Real McCoy, Be Authentic, Be Original, Be You. So I've got that. Although I'll stick with the driver gear for Hot Wheels for the time being. The next challenge, of course, is to get a drift score of 7,500 in a single lap in a drift event in a B-class car. Let's have some fun, shall we? I'm going for the Bone Shaker. The Bone Shaker, which is an iconic car from Hot Wheels, it's actually a drag racer, really. And I'm trying to put it around a drift event. This might work, this might go horribly wrong. I don't know, I'm past the point of editing out my mistakes and things, so let's just watch it, see what goes on. obviously Circuit de Spa-de-Francorchamps, which is my go-to track for drifting, partly due to the length and partly due to the fact it's got a lot of good places where you can do little drifts and different things and rack your skill points up without too many worries. So if any of you guys have got these drift events and you're not so good at drifting, because I'm not, I'm actually quite rubbish at drifting, but I'm happy with that. So if you're not so good at drifting and you've got to do a drift event on these, and if you can, if it doesn't specify a track, always go for Circuit de Spa-de-Francorchamps. Car-wise, if you don't have a specified car class or specified car to do it in, the Ford Mustang, I think it's a 2015 edition, is excellent for this. It's really easy to drift with, and it works brilliantly. Although half the time now I just get the Hoonicorn out and go with that, but I appreciate not everybody's going to have that because it is a paid for DLC. It is a pack you have to buy, so I wouldn't expect anybody to have the Hoonigan pack. It's just that I do like the Hoonigan brand, and they're good fun and quite frankly I think it's about £5 in the UK, so that's not exactly break the bank on me. So yeah, so that's a good car, but otherwise if you still need to drifting, definitely pick up a Ford Mustang and just go from there. The Bone Shaker's not doing too badly actually. I'm running around about 5,000 XP, hitting the grass. It's not the easiest thing to drift because you'd think being a drag car would be a little bit on the slidey side because of the slicks and everything, but it's not. It's actually quite hard to drift. Even with stability turned off, it's actually quite hard. But being a track like Francorchamps, you can actually still get it. I've got 6,500 at the moment, and I'm doing pretty well with regards to space and regards to track time. I've got plenty of track left to get the rest, and I've just hit 7.4. I've just hit 8, so that's 8,000 score on this, so that's done it. That's against the target of 7,500. I'm done, I've done it. But what I'll do is I'll complete the lap, see what else I can get, and because I always set a higher timer because I'm never too sure how long this stuff's going to take me in certain cars, because I don't go and pre-practice any of this stuff. I always set the timer to about 8 minutes and end up usually letting it run down 3 or 4 minutes, which I edit out because sometimes I do go in and say, oh well, I'll try and do another lap, try and race it, do another lap, see if I can beat my score. And other times I just say, you know what, forget it, just park it up, go make a cup of tea. Because the Xbox will record for an hour on my external hard drive, so it's not normally too much of a problem. I can normally get the Forzathons done within an hour unless I fall asleep at some point along the way. But going around now, 14,000, absolutely hammered it. I was going to say another word, but I'll try and make this family friendly. So coming up to a straight, 14,178. Job's a good one. A few little drifts. Cross line, 14,711. Easy win. So second lap, I'll park it up in a sec. Got those two race officials, these guys on the corner there. I don't know if you saw them as I went round, heads down looking at the floor. They look a bit bored, to be honest with you. So quick cutout, Bone Shaker, pop up reward time. You've made progress in alphabet soup. Yay. So go back in and let's have a look at what we've got. But first, complete a race in a C-Class car. I'm going to have a look at Hot Wheels again. I'm sure there's a C-Class in the Hot Wheels range. And oh look, there is. A quick cut, and I've got the rather fetching Volkswagen Beetle with the 50 years anniversary design. I quite like that purple, that looks really cool, I like that. I'm not a fan of the Beatles, to be fair. Well, I like Beatles the band, but I don't like Volkswagen Beetles too much. I just don't like them. I'm going to buy a Volkswagen. The Golf is normally a pretty nifty little car. A Scirocco, things like this. The Beetle I'm not too fond of, to be fair. But Volkswagen, I don't think you can find a more German name for a car company. Volkswagen, which roughly translates to people's car. Although I'm sure anybody who speaks fluent German, which is not me by the way, will go, actually it means people's wagon or people's mobile, whatever, I don't know, but that's my understanding, it means people's car, because Volk is people or person, and Wagen translates as car, but you guys might correct me on that one. I studied German many years ago at school, and not very successfully, I may add. I'm more of a business IT sort of person. So going around here, this is an example of how not to drive. Whilst I like to go, here's a challenge, you can do it this way, do it that way, and all this lot. This is an example of how not to do it. This is absolutely terrible. The reason for this is I was falling asleep, and like I said earlier, I'm out of a habit of editing out my mistakes. If I'm going to make a mistake, if I'm going to balls it up somewhere along the way, I'll actually show it to you guys. You know, I record this at silly o'clock in the morning. I'm actually going around here, I'm falling asleep, I'm all over the shop. And this is why, when you actually drive in reality, take rests, take breaks, otherwise you end up hitting stuff. And I've ended up bouncing myself into a pit lane. But somewhere along the way I realised, hit the rewind button. I'm going, right, just get through this race and get up and make myself a cup of coffee, or open a tin of Ken Block approved energy drink, you know, and just get on with it, because I've only got one more challenge after this and I can get myself off to bed. I'll have to start doing the audio recordings at the same time. That would be quite comical as I'm playing the game. But I always do is post-production. But I've made progress in alphabet soup. That's nice. So what I'll do is I'll move on, and a cup of coffee later, I've got my next challenge. I'm going to quick look at it, and my final challenge, I need to complete a race, not in a C-class car, but I need to win a race, in fact, in an A-class car. I've done a quick skip and I've been in and checked. The Twin Mill is an A-class car. So, a quick race before bed, and let's go. Round my homestead, round my oval. You can hear that engine go, that is mad. And as you can see from the in-car view, it's not ideal having the engines mounted in the direct eye line of the driver. So it's sort of hard to see when you're driving in car view, which I'm sure is a bit of an oversight on that one, but these are toy cars practically, these are concept designs, and I don't think anyone ever sort of thought, I know, I'll make one of these. But 43 seconds across the line in the Twin Mill. I missed out on this one on Forza Horizon 4. I've got the Bone Shaker, but I actually missed out on it during the seasonal event, which sort of annoyed me in some respects, but realistically I probably wouldn't drive it that much. But I've made progress in Alphabet Soup, and congratulations, you've completed Alphabet Soup. So what I'll do is head over to the Forzathon screen and have a look. That's that challenge completed, and I've won the 2014 Ferrari FXXK. I'll let you guys work out what that's supposed to mean. the FXXK, let's say if you substitute the two X's for two other letters in the alphabet, it comes up with another word, as in fast as. But looking forward to next week, this is where stuff gets interesting. Because firstly, I've got Going for a Loop, a Hot Wheels event, which it seems this is going to be an ongoing thing, for 120,000 credits. Prototype Racing, Bleeding Edge for 60,000 credits. And Running Ragged on the Track, Take a Breath. That's for a 1986 Audi number 2 Audi Sport Quattro S1 car. That's quite cool. Bit of a classic rally car. Quite like that. But that's not all. This is where Forza have pulled a surprise on me. You've got your 3 events. You've got your 1-step, your 2-step and your 3-step, as you normally would. But what they've gone and done is they've gone and added another set of events. So you've actually got 2 sets of challenges. Well, you've got 6 sets of challenges, really. Because whereas normally you'd have the 3 sets, you have got the 6. So looking into this, onto the second page, you've got Spitting Flames, which also is a Hot Wheels event for the 1970s Hot Wheels driver gear. There's Flying Foul in the Wings for an exclusive 2017 Acura NSX Forza Edition, which I think I already own 2 of. They like giving these away in different Forzathon challenges. I think I got one for doing something in the championship, and one of them from a Forzathon challenges a few months ago. So this will be my 3rd one. I think we need an auction house. Then we got Party Formula, the Spice of Life, and that's 90,000 credits. So you've got 2 sets of challenges next week. Well, you've got 2 pages of challenges next week. So it's 6 challenge sets instead of the usual 3. So you've got 2 1-step challenges, you've got 2 2-step challenges, and you've got 3. You've got 2 3-step challenges. So that's 6 prizes for 6 challenge events, and I'll be putting them all together next week, unless this is somehow a mistake on the part of Microsoft and Forza Motorsport and they get removed. But otherwise I'll be doing all of them, sticking them in the video and going through that next week. I've got a couple more things to do. I've got the Forzathon monthly challenges video to put together a bit later today, as well as for Hot Wheels challenges, which appeared a couple of days ago, which I have completed. I just need to do a voiceover and do bits and bobs of editing. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed what I'm doing. Hope you enjoyed the video, found some of it useful, some of it entertaining, even just mocking my driving and falling asleep. And if you like what I'm doing, hit that like button, leave me a comment, hit subscribe to keep up to date with what I'm doing, because I have got some more Forza stuff. I've got some Forza Horizon 4 coming up. Obviously, Fortnite's a regular thing for me at the moment, although I'm having a bit of an argument with my PC regarding Fortnite, but never mind. So until next time, guys, thank you for watching, take it easy and happy driving.